Hello and welcome to Humzabaan, your go-to destination for learning Urdu. My name is Tanzeel Rahman. Friends, we've been going through multiple lessons about Urdu. We started with Urdu alphabet. We covered the grouping of alphabet based on their shapes, based on their sounds. We also looked at the different shape they take if they're in beginning, middle or end. We've also been looking at the special symbols which when you add it to a letter, change its sound. Then we finally equipped with all of these, we went into forming words. We looked at the 2-letter, 3-letter, 4-letter and 5-letter words. And then obviously the Humzabaan app gives you the ability to practice and also helps you with going through all the content and the quizzes which are there. Now we come to an important part is how do we write numerals or the numbers in Urdu, right? That's how what we are going to look at. Obviously, like all other number systems, the important numbers or numerals are from 0 to 9. Once you have understood from 0 to 9, then the combination of it will help you make all other numbers, right? So we'll start and focus primarily these initial numbers. I will give you a mechanism for you, and then the Humzabaan app helps you practice till 100, and then you can use that any combination of it, right? So looking at my screen, for example, we can look at all the numbers which are there. So we'll just look at the numbers from 0 to 9, and that would make up for us to understand all the numbers. So for example, on the app, if you see here, then we've got these numerals 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0, for example, it looks like this, right? The one that you see here, we call it sifar. Now, if you see, 1 is very similar to the English 1 or more like alif. So you see here, we call in Urdu ek, right? So the numeral 1 is ek. Then numeral 2, this is how the shape looks here. For example, if you see, and this is called do. Then if we move over the numeral 3, the one that you see on top is that how it looks. And then we call teen, right? Then we have 4, the shape is on top, and then you see char. Numeral 5, you have shape is 5 and you see 5. Right. Similarly, you have numeral 6. In Urdu, we call che, and that's how it shows up. You have 7. So again, you can see 7, and that shows up here. You have 8. And this 8 is called art in Urdu, and you have the numeral 9. That's how it appears. The shape is on top, and we call it no. Now this is how it shows. 10 is nothing but 1 and 0, and then obviously you have, it's called das. Now this is how the letters, the numerals are shown in Urdu. We can go ahead and also look at other numerals. For example, 11 would nothing be but 1 and 1, and it's called gyara. 12 would be 1 and 2, how it's shown top. Bara, so and so forth. So you can again practice the numerals like this. What we have done here, where we have kept how the numerals show up in Urdu, and this is still 100. So you can go in tens. You can see the numeral. You can see what it is called, what is the name for that in Urdu, and you can listen to pronunciation and get more acquainted with the numerals in Urdu. For all of that, you can go to Humzabaan app and practice. There are quizzes again, as we keep mentioning. There are practice lessons, flashcards that help you get more experience with Urdu as such, but all the other aspects that we have been covering. Now we are going and trying to make our vocabulary richer. And at Humzabaan, what we have done in making your vocabulary richer is ensuring that you have all the key elements which is available to understand your vocabulary. So for example, about all the common elements about us, we have put a section which helps you go through the series of flashcards with the vocabulary. Now, it could be greetings, it is who we are, it is about our family, it is about our home, it is about our school, right? So, for example, if you look at greetings, we can look at the common greetings like Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam. We could look at AADAB, we could look at asking what we call as khairiyat. So, basically, good morning, good evening, subh bakhair, bakhair, and so on and so forth. So, you can go through, the way it has been designed is through a series of flashcards which gives you the word, it gives you the sound, it gives you the meaning, it gives you a context through pictures. You can go through each of these flashcards. You can also on the app go and click and go to the dictionary and understand the usage of that word, the related meanings and words and all of that. And again, if you go through all this section, almost all the keywords that you need in your regular, daily and ongoing conversations will be available and help you build your vocabulary. Similarly, if you go who we we are. It talks about the different context of main, aap, tum, me, you, us kind of thing. So it again makes your day-to-day and everyday vocabulary better. Things about your family, what do we call different family members, what are their Urdu name and pronunciation, walid, walda, behen, bhai, brother, sister, son, daughter, etc. that you could start looking. Same thing about home, ghar, kamra, darwaza. So all the things that you do and how do you write. Again, it will help you understand the word, help you understand the meaning, help you understand the shapes, really take your vocabulary to the next level when you start looking at it. Things about your school. So all of this we cover as part of About Us. Similarly, we will have a section in our app which talks about time and place. We call it Zaman o Makan. Now, time and place can cover things which are about day of the week, time, month of the year, seasons, places. So what do we call a sadak, for example, a road, office? Again, it follows the flashcard format, giving you very neatly the word, the imagery for that word. It gives you the Urdu text with Urdu pronunciation and ability for you to go further in dictionary and delete. So we talk about day of the week, we talk about the time, what is morning, evening, etc. We talk about seasons, month of the year, places. We also talk about what we call as the jazbat or harakat. Now, what this gives you is the moods, the emotions. What are the different emotions called in Urdu? And normally we use some imagery or emojis here to show you the various sadness or happiness and help you kind of go through that in this. So for example, you can see there are lots of emojis. You want to understand, for example, fear. What does it mean? And then again, we have a related imagery. We have the Urdu text. We have the pronunciation. And again, you can traverse back into the dictionary. Similarly, we can look at some of the verb forms, adverbs, adjectives, just to again expand our learning for Urdu through the app. Again, the approach is very simple, flashcard based thing, which can help both the younger kids and also the adults to kind of go through it in a much more seamless fashion. Another part of the vocabulary, what we call is the qurbo jawar, which is around us. So a lot of things which are around us are covered as part of this section. So you can talk about human body, the parts of human body, the colors, the shapes, the animals, the birds, the simple ways of learning. For example, if you go to color, you simply go to a color palette and you can go and pick, let's say for example, orange. What do we call orange in Urdu? And you can understand, okay, orange is called naranji, and you can have the meaning. Or I want to go and look at green, and green can have multiple ways in Urdu. We can call hara or we can call subs. So those would be available with their sounds, their meaning. So again, interactively, you can learn about these things and expand your vocabulary in around us. It also goes into shapes, the mathematical shapes. So what is daira, which is a circle? What is murabba, which is square, or mustatil, which is a rectangle. So you can keep going and again expanding on you can look at the different birds. What is a kabutar, right? Which is a pigeon, and we can look at what we call in Urdu a vulture, right? So that a gid. So all those words you can get. Then you can go into animals. All the things which are around us are covered in this section. We also have a section called Rozmarra, which is about Rozmarra is basically everyday or day to day or things that happen. So we will take professions, we'll take clothing, we will take food, we'll take fruits and vegetables, we'll take hobbies and cover this as part of this. Again, the same approach, flashcard, the word with the text, with the meaning, with pronunciation, with linkage to dictionary for add-on learning, right? So that's how we structure here on our app. So for example, profession, you can say a doctor, what do we call him? Or ustad, who is actually a teacher, or a vakil, who is a lawyer. So very neatly, we would explain it in the app. Again, you can go through in detail, play with it, take the quiz. Each section and subsection would have a quiz attached to it, which again enhances your learning, makes you a leader on a leaderboard, gives points, helps you with certifications, and more importantly, helps you or opens up the Urdu language fully. While you have understood the shapes and the sounds and the symbols, you also now started the vocabulary, the meaning, and you really expand in a beautiful way, right? And you can look at things like fruits or vegetables or food and a roti. We all know, but how do we write it? How do we read it? And this important thing is that it gives you a full understanding of the combination of letters, their shapes, their position in the beginning, position in the end, and more importantly, help you kind of decipher the whole meanings. Then we have got hobbies and all you can capture. So what is painting, right? For example, masal musawwari, or you have musiqi, which is music. So not just the sounds of it, but also when we speak Urdu, what is the right word for this? This will also clear a lot of doubts that people may have about which word starts with which letter. So which words start with zay versus zal versus zwad, right? Or versus zoe, or which words start with sin versus swad. So that initial confusion that you had, once you've gone through vocabulary, you will start to figuring it out very easily. You will start, if you link it back with your dictionary app, you will start learning the origin. And you know that if there are Arabic origin words and have a sa sound, they will mostly be swad. If they're Farsi origin word, then they will be mostly seen. So that sort of a thing you will be able to understand, right? So this whole section of the app really takes you to the next level and prepares you to be able to do better comprehension, better reading, better writing, which will be keep coming in our future lessons, both on the app and in the videos. So this is how we will go ahead with the Humzabaan app. Please go back to the app, start practicing, start going through the flashcards, start going through the quizzes, and keep learning and get ready to explore more and more of Urdu language. Thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you again.